morning. Good morning. Let me find my do not disturb. There we go. Not now. I gotta change this to live chat. Bum bum bum. I gotta turn this down. Dum 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 dum. Let me make sure I'm on the right audio. Oh, Yeti. There we go. Morning, Nevin. Let's see. Audio Yeti. Let's see. Audio Yeti. Audio Yeti. Audio Yeti. Okay. I didn't think it sounded all that great. We're going to go over to Big Head. I'm seeing if there's anything on FinViz that I like. I mean, listen, natural gas is up 2%, which means oil's up 6%. This one was a crazy one. What? This Matthew Morantine, 2 companies, he put in $500 million. And Jeffrey Ubben bought $50 million of Exxon. I still think oil is a good one. But let's get over to my notes and scan. I need to organize my notes. If you don't have Webull, I don't know what's wrong with you. I love Webull. Companies like Devon, PXD, Oxy, XOM, CVX. Okay. If I didn't say good morning, Nevin. I was going to say something. Oh. Also, if you sign up for TrendSpider, is it quiet? Hold on one second. I guess it is. It's loud on here. Hold on. Is it quiet? Hold on one second. Oh. I hear it loud and clear, Sherry. It was faint at the beginning. I don't think I had my I don't think I had the Blue Yeti on. Tell me if it's better. Hold on one second. Okay. Let me see how good my mic is. Oh, MPW is tomorrow? I'll put that in my notes. Okay. Let me see how good. Is my sound better now that I'm back? I got to do my scans. So the story is Penny re-injured her back. So she was just downstairs crying. We're going to go to Market Scanner. Oxy. I think Oxy's the only one in the core investments. Yep. Covered call, ETFs. Energy names. LAC. UCO. I sound like money. Okay. I love that. Levered ETFs. We got nothing. There's no clear direction in the market, I don't think. Other than long-term up. Let's see. Rocket Mortgage. After earnings, they posted a smaller than expected loss. Lightspeed, SKT. This one is interesting because Simon Property Group, this one took a gap up. I mean, look at that run from what, 18 at the end of April to 24. You had this downturn there. But wow, what a run. Tanger Alta is really good. Let's see, not owned. We'll go to the Dow. I will make a... It seems that a lot of people think that I am the weekly stock picks. I am not. Rumors are untrue and unfounded. In fact, weekly stock pick, he'll be coming on the podcast as a first guest. I don't usually have a guest on the podcast, but we'll maybe do a weekend podcast with him. Talk about our algorithms, how they differ, things of that sort. Let's look at S&P 100. Nothing. RTX. RTX had a cross up, but let's see. We're gonna go to energy. There's a whole bunch of energy. Okay. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to move you over just in case. I'm looking at my Webull account because I want people to sign up for Webull. I really like Webull. But I don't want you to see my login credentials. Let's see. Verify. Experience the Webull platform. Let's see my account. I can open an IRA. I don't think I'm going to show my account. I don't think it does anything. There's a good one. Let's go back to, I'm gonna move you back. Bum, bum, bum. Everybody's still here, right? Strategy tester, 4-hour run. And then we're going to go to SPY. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let me just make sure. I have everything. Oh, we're going to pull that up. Pull this up. We'll include. Okay. We're gonna do this. There's my puppy crying. My poor little girl. Let's go back to here. Let's look at QQQ. Did it get us out of QQQ as well? Yes, it did. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. No. I'd like to bring this down even, but I don't think that makes a difference in. No. Okay. We're going to do SPY, and then we're going to do that. Okay. I'll go over MPW. And by the way, Sherry, Fubo. They popped on earnings, I think. That's a 10% move in the morning candle. I think it wound up down. It opened at 386. It's down at 315 right now. 321 in pre-market, sorry. It closed at 315. But yesterday, I mean, just Friday, it half its loss on its way to profitability. It did really, really well. and then it lost everything. So, but I listen, I think anywhere in the 2 handle would be a great one for this one, because if they are moving towards profitability, that's a good one. Just my previous history in the cable industry tells me, do not, bet on that one. Moderna's almost under 100. PenW's back up 1%. Nothing's really flying in the core portfolio. I mean, they're all up, but the only one that's down is Moderna by almost 2%. But that was a good one, Sherry. Okay, let's move my notes back up. And I've got that. Okay. Good morning. It's Monday, August 7th. I was at the Hall of Fame game all last week. If you guys watched it on the NFL Network, I was not on TV. I had nothing to do with the lights going out. I had left the stadium by that time. NFL had me working until the game started, so I got to go up into the luxury suites, got to meet and greet some people. Exciting week. Not an exciting week for the market, but an exciting week nonetheless. Let me make one statement perfectly clear. I am not the weekly stock pick guy. The weekly stock pick guy, his name is Farouk, and he will be coming on the podcast. He lives in Europe. We've become online trading friends because I absolutely love his strategy. Let's see, go to myweeklystockpick.substack.com, and you can see, here's his performance tracker. Last year, the S&P was down, 16, 13, 14%, somewhere in that neighborhood. He was up 13%. Look at his 2020, up 86%. Simple strategy. I fell in love with it. It is simply buy on a Monday, sell on a Friday. His weekly stock pick this week, JP Morgan. Let's take a look at JP Morgan so you can see if you buy it today. Does it make sense? Blah, blah, blah. Financials, I think financials and oil are the two that haven't taken hold yet. And maybe on the rise. You can see this buy right here at 144 in my algorithm. It's at 156 right now. I will not buy JP Morgan. Moral issues. I think Jamie Dimon and company, I think Jamie Dimon knew exactly what was going on with Jeffrey Epstein. And the fuckers were greedy as F and just continued on doing business with him, even though they knew about the sex trafficking of underage women and little girls and things of that sort. I think they all, absolutely, the top management knew about it, ignored it because he had so much money, which makes me think if they got new management, I'd love JP Morgan. Outside of that, I just can't imagine doing business with somebody and turning a blind eye. But again, this is his pick. It's a little extended in my opinion. But if you wanted to buy JP Morgan this week at 155, it's at 156.96. I think a 155 handle at some point in today would get you in there. Again, you're not looking to kill it. You're looking to make 1 or 2% a week. You're looking to make small percentages. That's what this adds up to be. It doesn't take huge percentages to get a very good return beating the S&P. It's a simple strategy, and he's got an algorithm. He will come on here. He will explain it, and we'll have a nice sit down. Maybe it'll be a weekend special podcast that I'll do. But he indicated that he wants to come on. But I did want to make sure everybody knew we are two different people, not the same. So he's got a newsletter, My Weekly Stock Pick, at Substack.com. I've got a newsletter, Daily Stock Pick.substack.com. I put out a weekend paid newsletter. The newsletter was, what if we are looking at a 10% pullback in August? It's not unheard of. I think a lot of the bears are actually pulling against it. So I think 10% would not be a crazy number. Here's SPY. This is why I wrote this. See, SPY, You've got a 10, not the algorithm here. This is the 4-hour algorithm. It just got you out. This buy at May 11th, and you've continued to go up. You can see my algorithm didn't get you out. It continued up, gets you out on that button hook at a 9.41% gain on SPY. That's fantastic. You could have played a levered ETF, gotten 30%, because the triple levered ETFs on SPY would have been 30%. It's now kind of down in the dumps. SPY, the RSI is at 39. I would expect a bounce back at least today. I don't know that we're going even higher in the month of August. I think we'll be pulled down by the likes of Apple, by the likes of other major ones, maybe NVIDIA. NVIDIA has an event on October, so there's not a whole hell of a lot of news or catalysts to push this thing up. I'm going to read some of my notes. The NASDAQ and S&P were down 2.9 and 2.3% respectively, marking their worst weeks since March. The Dow finished the weeks 1.1% lower. In my mind, that makes it potentially a bounce back this week. Here's the key point. Of 84% of the companies in the S&P 500 have reported and posted their quarterly results. About 4/5 of those have exceeded Wall Street forecasts, according to FactSet. That's impressive. That means overall, I think we're continuing to go higher. I posted some things in the Facebook group. If you want to join the Facebook group, any of the links that I refer to, it's at Linktree /Daily Stock Pick. Daily Stock Piss. I'll get marked on YouTube for offensive content for that one. linktr.ee/Daily Stock Pick. You can find all the links. Here's the private Facebook group. Here's Twitter. Here's Instagram. Here's YouTube. Here's Twitch. Here's Substack. Here is Apple Podcasts. Here is a way to tip me. Here's a way to email me. And there's Substack. Oh, that's Spotify, not Substack. So, but all the links are down below as well. Anything that you want as far as this podcast goes, that's it. So I do think that when I posted this particular 10% pullback, I hope that the paid subscribers are finding value in this. I analyzed the four of the biggest stocks in my portfolio. Apple, which you guys know is a huge portion of my portfolio. Amazon, both of those reported earnings, and they were kind of divergent. So the paid folks got my my analysis of that. I also posted an analysis of Google and Microsoft and what I'm currently doing with them. I wish I could give you guys free content and that kind of stuff, but since so many people signed up for the paid one, I do want to give them their value. And so it's not earth-shattering. And remember, the number one rule of this podcast is don't listen to a douche on the internet. I am a douche on the internet. So if you want to pay me and you want my advice, I'm completely willing to, give it to you. Most of that analysis I do on my own anyway, since it's for my own personal portfolio. So I put it out there. I'll make sure that you have it. But please don't think that you can copy my trades and copy anybody's trades and be successful. You have to understand what you're doing. A texting alert system like Jim Cramer's, investor club. It's a fucking joke. I mean, it's a joke. It's August now. I can make fun of him. His dog Marley passed away in July, and I do think he basically sends you a text or an email. And by the way, through some insiders, I found out it's Boomer City because the majority of people have email, not text. It's email. Who the F uses email for alerts? I will tell you one of the things that uses email is this Savvy Trader. If you haven't signed up to follow the two portfolios, I've got two. I've got this trading portfolio, which has been killed. I have this daily stock core portfolio. The trading portfolio, I have not done a very good job of protecting profits. And that comes from just, Uber, I was up. This was at 52. It's at 45 now. I bought at 46. Sedge, I bought at, 260, 270. That one's down 30%. It is down at 182. I just don't think it has a chance of coming back. Interest rates are killing it. Should have pulled out before earnings. Haven't protected that one. Meta up at 330. I'm at 310. NVIDIA, I bought at 460. I just think, and again, this isn't my portfolio. These are just trades that I've done that I consider trades. Now, Palantir, which reports tonight, 1820, I'm up 30% on that one. AMD, which reported already, I bought at 109. I'm up 5% on that one. So, and I'm still 25% cash. So I've still got stuff on the sidelines. The other portfolio that I have is a even weight core portfolio. Part of the issue was you had to sign up for TrendSpider to see the core portfolio. Well, instead of you signing up for TrendSpider, for all those people that don't, I basically just bought 100 shares of everything that I have in the core portfolio. And the core portfolio are companies that are good companies with good earnings, with good products, and good management. These are companies or indices that you can buy and hold on to. And so I just bought 100 shares of them. This one is up total 2.12%. Since I got 2.47% in the 1 month. The only thing that I want to call out is Moderna. The reason Moderna is in the core portfolio is not because it's a good company. It's because it's a hype company. It is a trade. This one is 100% a trade. Roblox, I think you can buy it under 40 and sell it over 40. They report this week. Bank of America, I said buy it under 30, sell it over 30. Cleveland Cliffs, I've said many times, I think this is a $30 stock. It has since come back from the $15 range. It's going back down. MPLX, get it for the dividend. Taiwan Semi, buy it under 100, sell it over 100. Exxon, I think this one's going back to 120. Qualcomm, I think Qualcomm's going back up to probably about 130, I would say. I liked it at 140. Google, buy it under 130. You can sell it over 130. I don't. Apple, I think you're going to get a 179 handle at 17 handle at some point in time over the next few weeks. I just don't think that the downside is done on Apple. But Meta, I think buy it under 310. I think if you get this thing at anywhere in the low 300s, if it goes back under 300, load up on it. Just load up on it. United Health, under 500, buy it. Over 500, you can sell it. NVIDIA, just get it. I bought it 460 something, 450, I think. Just buy it. I mean, I also bought it 200, so I've got a good one of that one. Microsoft, anything under 330, buy it. Goldman Sachs, I like it 350. I like it better at 300. They're having some management problems. Tesla, down at 253, get it. I mean, just get it. This is a $300 stock. We'll get the deliveries sometime this week. But again, SPY, we'll go back to the overall SPY. You've got a 10% gain, but you're out. So my caution would be, here's QQQ. Just the two indices that I follow are QQQ and SPY. 320 back here on April 28th and 17% gain. Just take a look at TQQQ on the 4 hour. Since this one was look at that, 48% gain. 48% gain, it just got you out. If you got into TQQQ based on my algorithm, 48, don't tell me you can't make $400 in a year using TrendSpider with my algorithm. Come on, you're just being silly. But yeah. So let me get back into later this week. Investors will shift focus to the release of the July Consumer and Producer Price Index. This is CPI and PPI. Those are the inflation data. Both are closely watched given their connection to the path of inflation and the health of the economy and the indication that we will have higher rates. So I think they're going to raise again, to be honest. I don't think that the jobs number was bad. Wasn't bad enough. So I do think that we'll see more down. I'm going to include in the newsletter Warren Buffett's top holdings. They released, they have tons of cash. I mean, just Berkshire Hathaway, BRK.B is the big one because you don't want BRK.A. That one's like, what, $1 million a share or something. But this is a way to diversify yourself. Buffett basically diversifies for you. You can see this buy-in here July 3rd at 340. You're at 350 right now. In pre-market, it's at 354. It's up 1.23%. You're above the 200-day. Would I buy it here? I mean, this is a long-term buy. This isn't a trade. You buy this for the long term, and I think he manages it very well. Largest holdings, Apple, Bank of America, American Express, Coca-Cola, and Chevron. I will include that in the newsletter. Other thing I will include in the newsletter is this essay from Ross Cameron. Ross Cameron is a warrior trader. He's got a trading platform. He's got everything that you need. He turned a $583 account into $10 million. There's a lot. These are his 5 key lessons that he took away. I would urge you to read this. I would absolutely 100% urge you to read this. His key takeaways are fantastic. They are basic, yes. They are things that I preach on this channel all the time. Understand, turning $583 into $10 million is not easy. And like he said, he lost more than he gained. He basically got it from $100,000 inheritance, and he wanted to see what he could do day trading. He did it. It was in an offshore account, so he wasn't restricted by the pattern day trader rule. It's called PDT rule. So if you have under $25,000 in your account, you are limited by what's called the PDT rule here in the United States, where you can't trade stocks more than, I think, 4 times a week or something. Understand that. That's why my Webull account is up to $1,500. I'm not trading that one to $10 million. I started out with a $1,000 account. What I wanted to point out with you with Webull, if you have Robinhood, if you have any other brokerage firm, I like Fidelity. TD Ameritrade was very good to me. I was not a fan of E-Trade. I think E-Trade, now that I think JP Morgan actually owns them, or Goldman Sachs, or no, Morgan Stanley owns them. I think they'll make it better. But understand, getting your money out of Robinhood and some of these other trading platforms is difficult and costs you money. This is what I wanted to bring up to folks. Webull, other relevant fees: ACH deposit into a U.S. bank account, ACH withdrawal into a bank account, zero fees. Now, if you want the wire, it's $8 per deposit, $25 per withdrawal. Deposit via wire, $12.50, $45 if you want to do a wire. So understand that you can just do an ACH. It's automatic cash handling, I think is what it stands for. It's zero. Robinhood charges you like $70 for something like this. At least they did. I don't know what they do now. I'm just not a big fan of Robinhood. They had good earnings. I think they did well. Their users are down. People are understanding that this platform was fantastic. I think Webull's better. Webull gives me a great Monday morning summary. There is a link down below. Sign up. You get free stocks. I wanted to bring that up. But again, Ross's $500 to $85 stock account into $10 million. Read that one. His results are not norm. He trades big movers. And what I want you to see is you don't have to pay for his platform to actually get the big movers. We can go in. We're in pre-market right now. And investing.com, if you just go to investing.com, they list the top 10 pre-movers. Look at that. AgriForce growing. What Ross does is, again, he has a strategy. And he focuses on a strategy. It's about making small wins. It's not about hitting a home run. It's about hitting singles. And what he does is play volatility against volume. And so if you sign up for his course, if you do something that, kudos to you. I don't think that you need to do that to actually understand it. I think what you should actually do is paper trade in Savvy Trader. Again, Savvy Trader is free. Sign up for Savvy Trader. It's completely free. Paper trade in it. But these pre-market movers are where he mostly plays. And you can see like Pizzero Technology up 55%, Foxo Tech up 22%, Save Food, SVFD up 97%, AgriForce growing up 45%, T2 Biosystems up 22%. You know, even the big one moves down. Tivik Health System down 41%. You can short those things. You can buy puts. So that's the way he does it and did it. I like his article. I really like it. There's another article here 3 growth stocks to buy in August. I brought this up. Starbucks, Roblox, and Melly. I'll include that in the newsletter. It's great. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know last month I bought SPY. It is a 10% yield competitor, JEPI. It is brand new. I like it. I am up significantly in it because I got my 10% dividend. I'm sorry. I think it's like a 1.2 or something per month or something. I got it for the month of July, and it was the first payout. I like it. I'll include that article in the newsletter. Another article I'm going to include in the 2 semiconductor stocks set for growth. Spoiler. It's NVIDIA and ASML. You can read all about what each company does in this if you sign up for the newsletter at dailystockpick.substack.com. Sign up for the newsletter and all those links will be in there. Let's see. Let's move down a little bit. Sign up for Webull. I'll put this link in the YouTube description right now if you want to sign up for Webull. There's a link for you to sign up for Webull. Let's talk about some movers. Fortinet, FTNT. This is a cybersecurity company, and this company reported earnings and guided down. They got killed, absolutely killed. You guys know I talk about any reaction in the market is an overreaction. Look at this. From the earnings back here in February, there was a gap from 54 to 56. You almost covered it. In fact, I think you may have covered it. Let me see. The low is 56.10. 54.20 was the low. So you haven't quite covered that gap. But I would say buy this one at 56. If you want to do a little research on this one, FTNT is the symbol. Go here to FinViz. Read about their earnings. Here, this upgrade, Guggenheim. Neutral to buy with a $70 price target. The average target price is 73. Today, this is trading at 56. It is a cybersecurity company. It is the only cybersecurity company that is turning a profit. So I have 2 cybersecurity companies. I have CrowdStrike and I have PanW. CrowdStrike is not in our daily stock pick core portfolio, but PanW, Palo Alto Networks, actually is. Palo Alto Networks is in the core portfolio. And if we look at Palo Alto Networks, PanW, look at this one. This one reacted the same way. There's no gap down here that hasn't been filled, but it reacted the same way. Any reaction in the market is an overreaction. This one is at the 200-day. I'm going to load up on this one again. I'm just going to load up on it. In pre-market, we're looking at up 1.2% to $221. I like PanW, I like Fortinet, and I like CrowdStrike. All of them have gotten beaten down. Does it mean that these are going to fly? No, it just means that at some point in time, you're getting back up here to 252. Now, if we take a look at a long-term view of Palo Alto Networks, you can see you've just kind of button hooked. I mean, you're at all-time highs. My guess is you get down to about probably the low that I would see is below 210. I don't think you're getting below 200 again. I think you're getting probably at 210. But it is, understand, the PEs on this are pretty high. I mean, we can see Fortinet is 45 PE, forward PE of 32. Palo Alto Networks, the PE is 342, the forward PE of 43. So it does have some move downward. Palo Alto Networks, the average target price is 252 and you're trading at 220. I think Fortinet probably is your best bet to get into that space. I like it. Oil. Oil's going higher. I talked about it in the paid newsletter. I'll disclose it here. Oil's going higher. I mean, let's just take a look at, we'll go to Seeking Alpha and we'll take a look at XLE. Because XLE has been doing really well. And if you don't want to look at, a particular company in energy, just do XLE. Here, let me get this. It's kind of booting up a little bit. XLE. If we do a charting, and I will do a couple of charts for you guys here. Oh, man, Seeking Alpha is a little slow. We'll do some charting because XLE is up in pre-market 0.14. But what I want to show you is the difference between XLE and some of the other. Year to date, you're up 2%. It's not, it's okay. I mean, 2% last year would have been fantastic. Let's take a look at XLF, because the financials haven't done well either. XLF year to date, up 1.72. They're not great. But let's take a look at XLK, which is the technology sector. This one's going to show you the disparity. This one is up 38%. 38%. What we'll do is we'll put SPY in there, because you'll see it's underperforming SPY. SPY is up 17%. These two down here, XLE and XLF, I think they move up at least to SPY. And I think in the second half, you're going to see oil come in. So what can you do to invest in oil? Well, remember, there's more than one company that I've got in the core portfolio that you can pick from. First one, Devon. I said anything under 50, I think you could buy it. I think anything over 50, you can sell it. You can see the algorithm has us out right now. Got us out with a 1.63% gain. I like Devon. It puts off a good dividend, not a great dividend. The one that you really want to look at for I shouldn't say a really good dividend because they just cut it, but PXD. PXD at 234. I think you wait till you get down to about the 220 level to actually add to this one, but it's easily a $250 stock at some point in time this year. Now, we talked about in previous podcast, PXD, their dividend here is 7.04. This was 11%. They cut it. Remember what they do is they actually have their standard dividend at about 3%, but they actually give you special dividends. And that's what drives it up. So while it's a 2% normal dividend or, somewhere in the neighborhood of 3%, they constantly give you special dividends. And these guys are doing it well. What they do is they actually give you the money that they make back. So as oil moves up, you're going to get a bigger dividend. As oil moves up, the stock price is going to go up. So not only are you getting a appreciating asset, but you're also getting a huge dividend. So I like that one. Let's talk about Boyle. Natural gas prices going up. If you want to know where to track natural gas prices, just go to the homepage of FinViz. Scroll down to the bottom and you'll see the prices here. Natural gas is up 4.5%. You know what that means? Boyle is up 8%. This is a triple levered ETF against natural gas futures. This one is trading at $64. This one, I think the swing price for me, after it's put in this kind of capitulation here, I think anything under 60, I think you buy it. Anything over 60, I think you take your profits. If we look at some of the seasonality in Boyle, this is 12 years. Look at August, 54%. Now, you're way down here. The reason this isn't as good as a normal stock, like let's take a look at something like Apple, because you'll see Apple over 12 years. This is Apple over 24 years. You'll see it's a significantly higher rate of return. The reason is Boyle is actually a depreciating asset. It's a triple levered ETF. A lot of these ETFs are depreciating assets. So you get stuck with fees. You get stuck with, hey, it's going to reverse split, which it just did in June, 20 for 1. And you'll see that's the way they keep it listed. This is a weekly. We'll even go to a monthly, because long term, these do not make money. They are trading tools. They are not investments. But Boyle seems to be on the run again. Tyson Foods. I want to point this one out because this one was pointed out to me a while ago. It's just a bad company. I saw this one kind of starting to fill the gap here. I'm not a fan of Tyson Foods. Tyson Foods is, I think, one of the biggest meat processors in the country. I think they employ bad employee practices. I mean, Tyson Foods is just, in my mind, it's not a good company. They've got killed. It is going to open down here at 51. It just did open down here at 51. You've got to move down on this one. If you want to take a look at the weekly on this, it's just a stock that the 200-day has moved down. You had this death cross here of the 50-day over the 200-day. And the 50 days even moving down. Now, the 9-day started to move up. Earnings killed it. It's just going to continue to move down. So Tyson Foods I don't like. One that I do like is Palantir. And we talked about that in the trading portfolio. Palantir is a great, in my mind, I think it's a $30 stock. If we take a look at a longer term and we go back to a weekly, you can see it's even too new to have a 200-day. But that 50-day, which is the midterm, has moved up. The 9 and the 21 are clearly moving up. You've got a confirmation on here. On the 4-hour algorithm that I have, you can see 1882 was the buy. You've kind of button hooked a little bit. I may add more right before earnings. I would expect this one to have superb earnings and probably guide up. Now, it's got to guide up because you've had this crazy move. This is an 80% gain from here, from May until June. So in 1 month, 80% gain on Palantir. I think it's got more room to run. They report earnings after the bell. Another one that Sherry actually likes, and I do think has a good chance, but it's MPW. And MPW is a real estate trust for the medical properties, and it has made a pretty good move up here, 7%. You could have gotten out with about a 10, 15% up here to $10.68, almost $11. But this one is reporting after the bell. I like MPW. One thing that you have to know about MPW is it's probably not a great quote unquote trade. It's a dividend stock. They give off 11.8%. Year to date, they're down 10%. Your target price is $11.91. Now, that comes with a lot of older targets from 2022 and 2021. The most recent, April 20th, Wells Fargo initiated with an equal weight at $9. But real estate has kind of turned around a little bit, and specifically medical properties. They're trading right at $10. I like it. I think you hold it for the dividend. Buying before earnings is always risky. It might be an opportunity. Let's talk about scans. First one is the energy sector and Oxy. I say Oxy still has a swing of $60. At 65 here, it's a little bit stretched. That yellow line is where I see kind of a resistance level, and you can see it's trading right up against there. I've got to make the determination, is this one moving higher or not? You can see clearly that the 200-day is starting to turn on the 4-hour. Now, on the weekly, it's just kind of capitulating. It's hung out there up over the 200-day. It's just there. This is Warren Buffett's big oil play. He's bought, I think, 25% of the company. Another energy play, LAC, Lithium Americas. This is based on, you're buying this one based on the renewable energy and battery storage with lithium. 1963 is the buy. You're trading at 1915. I haven't been a big fan of this one, but it's in our energy trade because it does have lithium. UCO, which is a triple levered crude oil. You can see we had a buy in here June 29th at 23. You're $31. This is a triple levered crude oil. This was June 30th. So 1.5 months, 1 month and a week, 5 weeks. And you've gone from 23 to 30. Great move in UCO. This is a secondary cross up, so it won't give me a price, but you're still in there. It shows that it's still bullish. Another one, Rocket Mortgage, RKT. They reported earnings, a smaller than expected loss, and you can see 11.17 buy-in right here. It's trading at 11.10 right now. I would probably wait for a 10 handle on this one, but if they continue in this kind of positive direction, I think you're looking at going back up to higher levels. I would look for this one at about 12 to top out. At 11.10, I think 12 is going to be a top out, a resistance level. You can see the 50 days just starting to move positive again. This is a new company, so it doesn't have a 200-day there. Tanger Outlets. I have invested in Tanger Outlets before. I am not currently in it. I am not in Simon Property Group. They had a really good quarter. And you can see the buy-in here at 21, June 29th. This is a cross up here again, basically saying, hey, we're going to go higher at 24.81. Now, if you look at this one long term, Let's take a look at a weekly. The weekly here, the 200-day is just capitulating. You still got a positive movement here, and your 50-day is moving positively. I wouldn't expect this one to crash. I'd probably wait for the lower 20s just because you're kind of looking at a kind of high. Again, this is malls. That's what it is. It's outlet malls. So I like it. Don't love it, but SKT, AMZN is another one in the S&P, and I think it's in the NASDAQ as well. 245.51. It's trading at 243. It's over the 200-day. I probably would wait for it to get under the 200-day, but it gave another buy signal. Might be good to look at. GILD. This is Gilead Sciences. This one's under the 200-day. They had their earnings. 79.91 is the price. On the buy-in, it's trading at 78.34. Another one, Booking Holdings, BKNG. Travel has just been going nuts. These guys reported it was a fairly good quarter. This is trading at 3,106. Yes, 3,106. Thank goodness for fractional share trading. So I like that one as well for the thing. And RTX, we talked about RTX with the engine recall last week. And I do think that at some point in time, this one got you in and out at 87, gets you back in at 84. At some point in time, when you have confirmation over this 9-day, I think you buy back into this one. I wouldn't buy back into it right now. The ex-dividend date is coming on August 17th. It did give another buy-in. I'd kind of wait off on that one. If you have TrendSpider and you are one of the subscribers that subscribe for TrendSpider, there is a link below to sign up for TrendSpider, or you can go to my link tree and it's the top one TrendSpider here. You'll get 25% off. If you are a customer in TrendSpider, scan the energy sector and just go into TrendSpider, and you can go basically use one of my scanners. I give you my scanners, and we'll go into the scanner here. We'll go into the daily stock pick scanner. Just look for the energy sector. And the energy sector, you've got probably 15 small cap names. And my guess is that if you find one that you like, send it to me. I'll take a look at it. But I like TrendSpider just for that reason that you can scan on that one. I think it's a good opportunity for you to have TrendSpider. You pay for this thing, so try and look at it. CRK, which is Comstock Resources. This one has a cross up. 1244 is where it's trading right now. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's take a look at the market did open. Tesla's down. I think Tesla in 250s is a buy. I do think it's a good opportunity. I think it will get down to the 240s. Let's take a look at the chart real quick. This one, you can see, we'll go to the strategy tester and we'll do our algorithm on the 4-hour. You can see right here, Tesla got you out with a 56% gain. It hasn't gotten you back in. So I would not get back in until the algorithm gives me an indication that, yes, it's turned around. So try that one. Roblox, on the other hand, this one's down another 1%. Again, it got you out here with a nice 19% gain. You're out down here. That's $40 right there, that yellow line. I think you buy under 40 when you have confirmation. Right now, it hasn't given you confirmation. They are reporting, let's see, August 9th, 2023. So on Wednesday, pre-market. I like that one. We also have, by the way, BABA earnings this week, if I didn't make that well known. BABA is reporting this week, and they are, is it August 9th after the bell? August 9th pre-market. And it's because they report on Chinese time. This one's been capitulating here. I don't know that I'd necessarily look at this one to go significantly higher, but here's the weekly. And the thing is, this is a significantly better company than it was back in 2018. Does it deserve to be up here at 286? I don't know. Does it deserve to be probably at about 100? Yes. And it's at 96. So I think you could see a bounce in this one. I don't think the Chinese are going to let BABA report a horrific quarter when their economy is weak already. They're going to just make it up as they go along. I lost in BABA. I think I bought in here at about 180. At this point, I saw it capitulating right here at about 170. It ran up there. I got out at about 130. So I wound up losing money. I thought it was going to come back when it came under the 200-day. I was like, there's no way it's going to stay under the 200-day. I never expected it to do that. So, okay, if you have any questions, hit me up on the socials. Again, the link tree is in there. You have paid newsletter. I thank everybody who's paid for the newsletter. Thank everybody who signed up for TrendSpider. If you sign up for TrendSpider, make sure to send me an email with the email address that you sign up with so that I can get you the welcome letter. If you pay for the newsletter, all of those archives are available to you. You can see my setup on TrendSpider. You can see all the description about how I came up with the algorithm in order to protect you against a 10% downturn like we may have in August. But if you have any questions, hit me up. Okay, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Oh, at some point in time this week, we'll be driving back to Atlanta. So at some point in time, there might not be a podcast in the morning. But if you have any questions, hit me up. Okay, take care. Boo. And just like that, Active Trader Pro crash. Shop is going crazy. Dylan. Shop, while they had a good quarter, it's expensive. And so I think people are just taking profits. I'll buy back in. I do own a large position in this. And it's a long-term position, so I should have probably taken some profits up here. I took a little bit, not enough. But I'm still down. I think my average purchase price is in the 70s. So I'm still down on this one. This is nothing more than the stock just coming back. It's expensive. If we go over here to FinViz, it's people taking profits. And you know, a lot of people are way up on this one. Think about it. If you bought this back in May, that's 3 months ago. At 47, are you happy with it hitting 70s? Of course you are. So, you know, now that they reported earnings and it wasn't like crazy good, you can see upgrade from DZ Bank, sell to hold. Scotiabank, August 1st, reiterated with a $65 price target. Moffett-Nathanson in July, market to outperform with a $76 price target. Downgrade, outperformed to inline with a $69 price target. Again, I think the price targets that these guys are coming up with are realistic. Shopify actually expanded their base and reduced costs. That's what you want to see in a company. The problem is they're still losing money. You don't want to be out of this stock when they announce that they make money. But you don't want to be in this one for long term when they're actually losing money. They look like they were going to make money. And I think that's what the street is kind of upset about. But the forward PE is still 79. I mean, your price to sales is 12. So for every dollar of the stock, you're making $12. But you're spending, you know, what, 15, 20? So it's got plenty of cash on hand. It's not going anywhere. I do think that this is one of the winners. I just think it's taken this turn back because it's so expensive and people are taking profits. And when you see this in a good company, and if you want to, let's see, Stock Market Nerd, stockmarketnerd.com. If you want to look at the earnings and Shopify and all of the a great analysis of it. Here, I'll put this in the chat here, Dylan. Stock Market Nerd is great, and he's fantastic. Here's the takeaway. Elite quarter, any way you look at it, aggressively cutting costs while finding rapid demand acceleration. Find another company growing revenues year over year. Still, the company is extremely expensive. Brad trimmed last month. Its gross profit multiple is more than double the market average. It deserves a hefty premium, but that feels a bit steep. I have no plans to sell any more shares, but would need a meaningful pullback to add to my stake. A meaningful pullback, to me, is below $55. Because that is where 56.20 is where the 200-day is. if we go and we look at the weekly and we look at this one, you can see it's using that 200-day as resistance. It won't get over that resistance probably anytime soon, and that's probably a good kind of, barometer. If you get it at 55, expect it to get to 80 this year. Again, to Brad's point, it's a great company, great earnings, super strong business model. So I think it's good, but again, it's expensive. PayPal. Let's see PayPal. Joe, I think you and I are both in PayPal. I'm sticking with it even through this downturn. I am not adding more right now. I will add more when it gives me a reason to. Right now it's up 1% at 63. It's kind of getting that turn. You can see it's just gotten that golden cross. So again, we covered this gap up to 75. You can see over here, there's a gap here at 85. I think you get to that 85. Here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of their management. They're looking for a new CEO. And the last earnings call, the CEO sounded dead. Just dead. So I'm concerned about that one. Let's see. Oh, I have a new message from Tesla service. Let's see. Export that one. I need to start my Active Trader Pro. Because I'm going to move you guys over there. I almost went into a coughing fit. MPW is down below 10. Looks like the indices are up slightly. I think we see a little bounce back this week. File, GarageBand, quit, save. And I'm going to do iMovie as well. Continue. Boom. 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 Oh. Screenshot. Hold on, I gotta shrink this down. I got too many damn things open. All the screenshots that I did. Move to trash. Move to trash. Move that over. Move that over. Apple is down at 178. I told you, Apple is one that I think you can add to in the 170s and be perfectly happy. But I do think this week, I think last week's good morning. Good morning. It's Monday, August. There we go. And we're going to auto. And we're going to export. Export file. 1080p. Save. Okay. Bum bum bum. I gotta get back here. Ooh, Mara. How much is it down? 5%. Listen. I think Mara, they report tomorrow post-market. Boy, the market just took a big leg down. Boeing up another 3%. Boeing's doing really well. Costco up 1%. Google up 1%. Meta up 1%. Nvidia up 1%. QCLN down another 1%. God, I'm getting killed on that one. UNH up 1%. Uber is down 1%. Uber, I'm going to add more to this one. I think it's a $50 stock. I think Uber's easily a $50 stock. I think that Uber is another example. People are taking profits, man. That move from April to up here in this big of a stock, too big. Too big a move. People are taking profits. But I want to hold this one for long. Yes. Yes, exactly, Christian. And in fact, here, let's go over to Facebook. Because you can see in the daily stock pick, when I go to Facebook, I'm going to look for this link. Because the link that I posted for Apple was really good. Where is it? I know I posted one. Ooh, SVFT. I'll have to look that one up. There was a great article on, I have it in my notes. I'll look for it. Where is it? There it is. This. I'll put this in the, man, these fans are on overdrive in the chat. Yeah, Sherry, I said in the pre-market movers, that one was up huge. I've never heard of it. But Christian, this particular one, there's your year-over-year total revenue change. And so Q1 2023, Q2, and Q3. Here's the thing. It's shrinking. So it's going back up. Next quarter, I mean, you can see Q3 and Q4 of this time. Look at Q3 and Q4 of last year. 36, 29, 11, 9, 2, 11. When you get to $3 trillion and you get to those types of numbers, it's hard to keep that amount of revenue up. And if the EU is successful and other governments are successful in knocking that services percentage down, that's where you get killed. But here, Sherry, investing.com, if you just go over here, what is it? Where is my stock websites? Investing.com. Bookmark this site, Sherry. If you ever want to day trade, currently trade, you want to see the big movers, these are the pre-market most active stocks. And these guys will move throughout the day. So Save Foods, SVFD. They're losing $6 million. They only have cash on hand of about $4 million. I think this is a short squeeze. Yeah, I think this is a short squeeze. That would be what it looks like to me. %, a short squeeze. You don't go up like that with no news. And if you look on FinViz, you just look. This is FinTwit kind of stuff. And there's no value. SVFD price targets. There's no fucking price targets. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, SVFD halted. It's the same thing as TUP. I mean, let's look at Tupperware. Oh, no. Tupperware's got the same kind of thing. Look at Tupperware. 65 cents. If you bought it 65 cents, I mean, God, you're doing pretty well. Okay, I'm going to move you over to Active Trader Pro with a big head. So you can watch Apple. Well, you can watch my savings dwindle to nothing. Apple's hurt again. New episode. Desktop. 8.7. Palantir earnings. Eight, 7, 23. Mattel did really well. I think you're right about that one. I don't know if it's come back down, but I think you were right. I love when people are right and I'm wrong. Keeps me humble. Copy. Michael, for Apple, I mean, are you going to be upset with Apple when it's at 220 next year after they release the Vision if you bought at 180 versus 170? It doesn't have confirmation right now. Here, I'll show you. Let me move you back over to Safari so you can see Apple. Right now, the algorithm has you out of Apple. Well, yeah, it got you out here with a 20% gain, which is crazy in the largest stock in the stock market to think about a 2-month or 3-month gain of 20%. That's just nuts. It's coming back here to the 200-day. I would say it probably uses that 200-day and this volume shelf here. Let's make sure we have the volume shelf pulled back. We'll pull it back to the last entry. Let's pull it back to this one. Pull it back here. I think that volume shelf where the 200-day at 175, I think that's a good place to get in. You know, when you were selling at 150, when you were buying at 150, it probably didn't seem like a great buy compared to the 120 that you got here. But you look at the weekly on this, and you haven't even pulled back. I mean, the weekly is just, the 9 days just turning around a little bit. If you wanted to wait, maybe you get into the 160s. Maybe. But depends on your time frame, Michael. If it's long term, with a company like Apple, for me, I'm not buying anymore because I do have, tens of thousands of shares. Warren Buffett is continuing to buy Apple. Every time it pulls back, he buys a bunch more. I wouldn't be surprised if, there's disclosure that he bought more next quarter at this pullback. So it depends on your time frame. I don't think it's a bad time to buy. Again, the best time to buy a stock that's in an upward trajectory is now. It's not at all-time highs. You still have some upside. I think you're fine. But look, I mean, you even look on this Active Trader Pro. Look, you don't have confirmation right now. So if you're asking me in the next, like 5 days, are you going to make money? I think there's a lot of selling pressure on Apple. So I don't know that I'd necessarily load up. Here's a good suggestion on how to get into Apple if you don't have an Apple position. Say you want to buy $1,000 of Apple. Buy $200 a week. That protects you because if it continues to move down, at least your dollar cost averaging your way down. Traders and investors need patience. And that's one of the main things that you need to have is patience. Just because it's down doesn't mean it's automatically going to go up. It's an expensive stock. But, I wrote in the newsletter this weekend, Apple Vision, the Vision Pro, Apple Car, iPhone 15, which is a game changer because it's changing to USB-C and better cameras. You've got enough catalysts on this thing, improved M3 chip. I think you've got enough catalysts to, say they announce some AI stuff. They put AI into Siri. I mean, Siri's the worst of the voice assistants, but if they throw, some type of AI behind it, look at what that news release did for Microsoft. So I think you've got an opportunity in there. I just, don't expect a huge pop. That's the danger is. If I were to say, hey, you're going to get an enormous pop, I'd be lying. But I think getting into a company like that and just buying and holding, I think you're fine. Now, no. Next. Insert ad breaks. Done. Next. Publish. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. I've got that one done. I've got to go to Canva. Bum, 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 bum. 8, 7. Okay, let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Share, download. Okay, I've got that. Let us look to iMovie. Oh, okay. Looks like it exported. Quit iMovie. We're going to go to YouTube. Upload video. Here, copy, paste, I look dumb on screen. Man, I look dumb. You guys see me with my eyes squinted and horrible hair. Okay. 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 We're going to upload the thumbnail. Copy of a copy. Boom. We'll put this on the Daily Stock Pick podcast. No, it's not made for kids. Publish. Okay. With that, yes, Scott, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. I'm here every morning. I will see you guys tomorrow.